Hi, this is Robert Smith. I'm here to answer some of your questions. I have a question here from Matthew. It says, what's the difference between using words and just tapping? Sometimes when you're demonstrating tapping in your YouTube videos, you speak a lot and your clients repeat these words. Sometimes you almost don't speak. So what is the importance of the spoken word when we tap? Thank you and your team always answering our questions, Matthew. All right, so here's the deal with words and no words. It all depends on the situation that you're using. Like, there's many programs that we're using other than just tapping. We have a process called the quick tap, which is telling the unconscious how we want to make the changes. And then sometimes when we let it do the work. So we let the unconscious do the changes. And then there's also a process we called manual rewrite, which means we're doing manual rewriting, and also with that, we're addressing the unconscious in what we call rewriting the flip or the reimprint. And also when we have our clients, repeating what we say is another way, what we would call a defrac, which means pulling you out of the trance or pulling you out of the hypnotic state, also known as the problem. Whenever I'm doing sessions on other people, I'm not inside their memories. I'm not experiencing what they experience. So I have what you call an objective view of the whole situation. And so sometimes I'm just directing the show and making sure that we're getting results. But when you're working on yourself, you don't have to use words. You know, when I work on myself, I don't have to use words. I notice what's there and I tap, and the intention behind it is to let it go. So you can, usually when you're tapping, is you just feel, you notice what it is that's inside your head or what you're hearing, what you're sensing, and you just let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. That's all I say. You don't have to do it externally. But you also have to understand too, there's different types of processing of information. So some individuals need to verbally express it, to feel it, identify it, and to change it. And others, you don't have to say anything. You just feel it, or you just see the picture in your mind, or the smell or the taste. So one shoe doesn't fit all. But what with FasterEFT, it's a multiple types of processing of information and many ways of going in. There's not just one. So it all really depends on each individual and what's working, what isn't working. And so you adjust to whatever works. So if you're working on yourself, it's really easy, do what works. If you're saying stuff out loud and you're tapping and it works, that's great. Or you noticing inside you, that's where the problem is. Pictures, feelings, sounds, sensations, you tap on that and you just say, let it go, let it go. Although I came from EFT, I started EFT in 1999, been using it ever since. Fine-tuning it to figuring out why it works, and since it's not a disruption in the energy system, but rather it's an internal processing of information, knowing how the mind works and knowing how we process, it's easier to make changes. And so being able to address the different types of persons who process information is our skill. So we're very adjustable, and that means we can help every type of person. It's just that we have to adjust to each situation and each personality. So there's all kinds of ways of doing it, but basically the internal processing information is pretty much standard. There's different styles of doing it, but we all have pictures, we all have sensations, we all have sounds, and we have taste and smell. Some people say, I don't have pictures. Well, they do, but they don't see it. They have what you call knowings. And for me personally, if I want to work on myself, I don't have what you call good visual construction, but I have knowings. And also for me to find my emotion, it's best for me to communicate. That means to talk about it. A lot of people don't have to say a word. So it all depends on the individual. So for you personally, use what works. If one thing doesn't work, do it to something else. And that's how it works. So in order to learn more and understand more how the mind works and to be a proficient at working on yourself or proficient as a practitioner, there's online training. You can come to training live. It will definitely give you some tools and understandings how to change yourself and help other people. This is Robert Smith here at Skills of Change Institute. Peace.